Well, now only 21% of Kenyans have identified provisions they could term, quote, favorable in the 2023-24 budget, with a 630 billion shillings allocation for the education sector being most frequently mentioned. By contrast, 56% of Kenyans have identified a provision they consider as unfavorable, with 24% saying the tax on all petroleum products being by far the leading category. NTV's Brian George explains.
As Kenya's headline inflation in the month of June eases off to close at 7.9%, Kenyans continue to deal with the harsh economic times as their incomes slowly but surely take a dive with the anticipated effect of the Finance Act 2023. Key to note that fast-moving consumer goods have risen sharply in less than a year, with unga rising at 61%, sugar 51%, petroleum 34%, and cooking oil at 25%. And even with this, Kenyans' hopes have been dampened, with minimal cushioning on fast consumer goods in the 2023-24 financial year budget.
Best provision of the few things that were mentioned: educational support, the housing program, subsidized farm inputs, the elimination of tax on LPG that I already mentioned, and a few others. Worse, a quarter mentioned the petroleum levy increase, and I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, if we did this survey today, that would probably be up to 50% because people are beginning to see the impact already.
69% of Kenyans are against a proposed housing levy, while 24% have welcomed its implementation. Likewise, expectations that those who pay for the new houses in the housing levy will ever get a house are quite most, with nearly 5 times as many of all Kenyans certain that they will not get the houses as compared to those who are certain that they will get the houses, tallying at 54% and 11% respectively.
There were discussions in Parliament. More recently, the message has changed, and even from the President, where he said everybody is contributing so that people who don't have a house or don't want a house, who can't afford a house on the private market, will be able to get one. It should be a form of patriotic donation, in a way. Just like taxes are. We pay taxes, we get services, but people who are earning a lot of money and don't use government medical services or send their kids to universities overseas and pay for all of that, they're still contributing to public education.
Kenyans across the main political divide have quite diverse perceptions as to the main purpose of the 2023-24 financial year national budget, with that of increasing government revenue being the most widely held, even if among no category does it reach 1/3. Brian George, NTV, Nairobi.